God. This is the sixth thing you need to do. And that is remember what Jesus did for me. Remember the suffering he went through when I'm suffering. Remember what he endured, not for his own sake, but what he endured for my sake on the cross. And he says, when you are enduring a tough time, you need to think about the attacks and the criticisms Jesus experienced. Think about the abuse and the cruelty Jesus went through. Think about the meanness and the torture and the painful death he went through, not for his benefit, but for you. Verses 3 and 4. Think about all he endured when sinful people did such terrible things to him. That's what you think about, what he endured, so that you don't become weary and give up. After all, you have not yet given your lives in your struggle against sin. You need to think about what Jesus has done for you when you're going through a tough time. Now, I don't know what you're going through, but I do know this. It's a test of faith. It's a test of faith. It's a test of faith. God, as I said, it's easy to trust God when things are going great. It's when life doesn't go great that faith is proven. And so my question is, will you endure? Will you finish the race? Will you finish well? My question is this: what have you started that you need to finish? What is it that you've started that you need to finish and not give up in the middle of it? You know, a year before Paul wrote the book to the Corinthians church, the Corinthian church did basically like a Decade of Destiny offering, where they did an offering. They said, we're going to take up an offering for the church at Jerusalem. Now, in those days, no church was going through good times. It was all tough times. But they said, we're going to take up an offering to help the church at Jerusalem. And a year later, they had made the commitment, but they still hadn't given it. And Paul wrote this to them, 2 Corinthians 8. Finish what you started a year ago. What did you start a year ago? For you were first to begin doing something about it. Now you should carry this project to completion just as enthusiastically as you began it. Give whatever you can according to what you have. So I ask you again, what commitments have you made that you need to complete? Maybe you made a commitment to finish your education and you never did it. Maybe you made a commitment to get out of debt and learn how to get out of debt, and then you got discouraged and you just gave up and you're not even trying anymore. Maybe you've thought, I need to be baptized, and you still haven't done it yet. You need to go out today after the service, and I'll baptize you out there. We got a baptism after every service. Maybe you've intended to join a small group or start one, and you've heard me talk about it for months or maybe even years, and you're still not in a small group. What do you need to finish?